Hey everyone, and welcome back to the train world, where today I will be building up my farm here. Well, not so much the farm, but the mechanisms involved in it. So here I'll do that. Today I might make it a multi-parter, but yeah, not sure how this is going to go at the moment, but I can start. Alright, first things first, I need to check something. I'm pretty sure I have a mod that allow these to be used. Looks like I don't. Give me a second, I want to check something. Okay, yeah, I do have what I'm looking for. Is this slicer here in the slice and dice sprinkler. What does this do? Aha. So I could use this for the fields other than the other sprinkler I have. And the liquid fertilizer. Okay, I feel like I should build up the fields before doing anything like that on the inside, so I know exactly what I need for the realizing now that the underground reservoir idea I had last session will actually work out here. First things first, I'm gonna find that spot and dig upwards. Wasn't that bad, but actually, yeah, that works out. And maybe the fields don't have to be just fields. Maybe I can make them into greenhouses. Yeah, that works. Okay, here's the hole here. Better. Okay. Now then, just put these seeds away and I need to think for a minute. Okay, I reckon this area will be big enough for the fields. If not, I could probably expand them outwards. Inwards into the mountain. Or no, more likely out this way. But for now, sorry, I just don't have a clear plan for today. I'm just sort of winging it with the construction, so until I figure all this out, just going to be a bit random. Okay, I think I should explain right now that I've figured out a bit of a plan. But what I'm going to do is carve out this whole area for the farmlands, and then place the rich soil and the mining machinery along here, probably up to a point, so I can actually build a greenhouse-like structure around all this. And, yeah, basically go from there. Maybe ending once the system is in place. But first things first, I need to go back to base and repair my equipment. Well, right after I drop everything off in here that I don't. So, all that. I also need to fill and block up this area, fill it with water and block off the areas that would cause the water to drain away deeper underground. So that's another thing I'll be doing this session. Alright, after a fair bit of clearing and mapping out the outside of the farm, where I'll be putting the structure for the greenhouse, I think it's time to place the rich soil, and more than likely I'll be needing a lot more rich soil, so I'm thinking in rows of at least 2. No, 3 will do. I've got these left now, so I'm going to save all this, put the last one of these down, head back to base. Oh, it's over there. Yeah, okay. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is sleep through the night, and then I'm going to get some organic compost from here and lay it down along the roads. And if I need any more space, I'll carve it out then and there. I'm not going to bother with stopping midway. So, well, that's pretty much the plan. Okay, I think I understand why now. They have a certain system to them, a limit to a certain axis. A combination of those two axes will result in okay, that actually works out. Perfect. The only thing I need to wait for now is for all these to turn to organic soil before ploughing for the farm as a whole. Alright, a small amount of the fields are now rich soil while the rest are organic compost, and honestly, if I were someone like Mr. Beardstone or Foxy No Tail, I'd probably turn off the, well, keep the PC running overnight and allow that to decompose. But there's a few tiny issues with that. First of all, I'm an Australian and it's fairly hot here, so yeah, running a PC during the summer night, yeah, it's no good for me, honestly, even with the fan on. Second, that leads to my second point. You see, my PC is also in my bedroom because I am currently living in a small apartment. 1 bedroom, a living room, a kitchen, bathroom. That's it. So I can't leave it on in another room, an office, what have you, because, well, I don't have that. So most I can do is stop the recording and wait for morning, but I don't know, honestly. But I will do a bit more work around here until that happens. So, okay, let me think for a minute. Oh, the reservoir. I can do the reservoir now. Just need to seal this for a start. Okay. Right, I just need to funnel power out from down here and up. So, actually thinking about it, I don't need the reservoir to be that big, so okay, let me think for a minute. Okay, where's the hole? Ah, here it is. So alright, that's the reservoir filled, so that's part of part 1 complete. Let me just check up the top to see how much of the fields have been converted from compost to rich soil. Yeah, fair scattering of it, but hopefully sometime tomorrow while I'm still working on the harvester mechanism along here, along with the belt leading under the rails and into the farm over there. That'll be part 1 done, hopefully. Okay, after around an hour, I'm surprised that it didn't take that long to be honest, but these fields of organic compost are rich soil. And in that time I've been doing a few improvements at my main base, a few minor improvements, honestly. And I realized that the pipe for the reservoir is outside where the front is going to be. However, what I'm thinking is, just move this out of the way first. I'm not getting out my thing yet. But what I'm thinking is, putting the perimeter along the, well, 1 block away from the train track and putting a path on these 3, on the 3 blocks between, between the rich soil and the things. So though when it comes to here, I'm going to have to... But speaking of here, I'll need to move this forward past the pipe. So... about there. So change where the actual... There we go. So that the shaft can move right to the edge here and go up. So that the pipe is able to go up and over the wall, so I can mount, quote unquote, mount it to the ceiling. Now, yes, I could have just left the there for these 2 middle ones as is, but well, I'm not that smart, am I? So yeah, that works out, because now the pipe will go up the wall and across the ceiling, splitting off, so that it will reach all these fields. One thing about the sprinklers, one quirk about the sprinklers is, from what I understand, it works in a 3x3 area, so I'll have to put it every, what, 4 blocks, 6 blocks? I don't know. I'm trying to work it out because I've never used that sprinkler before. And I just realized that these positions require redstone. Might as well fill up the hole like this as well, because I'll need it for the redstone and the rails there. Come on. Alright, that's the start of the system done. Now to see if I was right about this. So Okay, water's going up. Yeah. And hopefully it'll just go up into here, yeah. Okay, good. Okay, good, that works. Perfect. I need to change the speed on this so that... Yeah, I might need to change the speed on this. Ooh. I got a better idea. It sounds like I have told your company. I'll deal with these guys on this. Oh, there they are. Well, they're nowhere near where I'm working for me to be bothered with them, so I'll just... Alright, first things first, I am going to remove that from there. Oh wait. What am I doing? That's not right. There we go, that's better. Don't know what I was thinking earlier. I'll fill this in later. But yeah, with the stronger rotational force going not just under the under here to the base, but also to the pipes, that gives... might have to set up some lights in the greenhouse once all that's ready. But it'll also allow the water to flow out quickly. I'll quickly head home to the base and sleep to get rid of these mobs. While I'm here, I'll go over a few of the minor modifications I did here. One of them is this. It's a charcoal and coal creator. I realized that I'm gonna have to fix that. I realized that the Hyper XP machine up here was running a bit slow when it came to making coal into ink sacks and into low ink sacks, so yeah, I created that. So yeah, I just thought might as well while I'm here. And that's the reason for the fluid tank full of liquid experience here. It's because these ones were running full. So this way. Alright, back to the farm and back to work. Though I will need to go back to base to gather some more materials in order to finish all this up. Okay. Okay, that's good. Now then. Maybe I should build some scaffolding. For the, okay. There we go, that works for the system. Now all I need is a lot, and I mean a lot of cogs and gearboxes, so... Oh, looks like I'm heading back to base straight away. Oh, one other thing I'll need are these sprinklers. So I can make 3 each, so... Okay, so I'll need a whole copper sheet. Do I have any on me? I don't have any. Okay then. So I'm gonna have to maybe make about 2 or 3. No, I'll make 4 stacks, 1 for each of the sprinklers. And if I need any more, I'll just come back to make them. Alright, I now have 192 sprinklers, which I think will be more than enough for what I need, so I'm gonna get back to work. And now I just realized I'm going to need a lot more pipe and a lot more pumps. I'll get to that later, so... Yep, a lot more pipes. With this being the furthest so far. Great. Back to base again. Alright, here's the system I set up for the sprinklers. It's not pretty, but it'll have to do. Especially if I want the sprinklers to be pointing down. I'll pick that up in a minute. So I can incorporate these gears into the ceiling, probably as a structural sort of thing. Okay, moment of truth was going in, and oh, all right, hang on. There we go. So now the fields will be watered without actually having water sources around it. Forgot to turn that around. Excellent, excellent. Right, all I'll need to do is to copy all those across the fields. And then I'll start planting. Though I should get some redstone blocks to go along these first. So I'll quickly do that and finish off all this. Okay, with the second row of sprinklers up, I feel like I should end it here this week. Otherwise it'll just be me going along all these rows and, well, being repetitive. So make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next week where I'll continue this build. Until then, this is Kamen JetStorm, signing off.